The Hooded Man by the Prowler. The black mass that chants my name, the prayers you speak to ease your pain. I am eternal, the son of the morning. I come from the dark and arrive without warning. I'll grant your request for whatever you like. Do you seek love or a much better life? Well, it doesn't come cheaply. It's your soul that's the price. If you agree to my demands, then sign your name on the line. But understand when you expire, your soul will be eternally mine. I am the collector who has spanned across time with a legion of disciples who do my bidding without reason or rhyme. So call out my name, I'll grant you pleasures or ease your pain. Just remember the cost, an eternity of burning within my flame. An ode to the Hooded Man. A black mass of loyal followers of the dark arts has gathered within the catacombs of France, beneath its oldest church, a perfect place to conjure, for no one would suspect a satanic group as this to carry out their business so close to a church, right under their noses, if you will. This particular coterie has gathered to conjure the Hooded Man, a fabled disciple of Beelzebub. He is the bringer of dreams and desires, but also pain. Accounts of his sightings have been told and documented through the centuries, but only at the most unfortunate events of life's history. He was there as Nero played his violin as Rome burned. He walked the streets of Europe as the Black Death ravaged its people. He roamed the battlefields of America during its Civil War. Think of the worst atrocities in the history of man, and he was there to collect the souls of the lost and the damned. He's there during times of turmoil and anger, and he visits you when there's pain and loneliness. He's opportunistic of your sorrow and will feast on your wants and desires. All you have to do is say his name, and he'll appear, ushered in by the smell of dead roses. That's how you know the Hooded Man approaches. When he stands before you, you will not see his face. You will only hear the growl of his voice. There will be no need to tell him your name or desires, for he already knows. A contract will appear, and he will hand you an ink-tipped pen, the red ink believed to be blood, procured by 1,000 fallen saints. Then you will hear the only words he speaks to you.
Your desires for your soul.
He says menacingly as he points to a dotted line at the bottom of the contract. If you agree to the terms, you will receive everything you wished for, but the price is steep. For when you die, your soul will belong to him for all eternity, left to burn in the fiery depths. So choose wisely. Your eternal fate is in your hands. Is a few years of happiness worth the damnation of your soul? You best choose wisely, for all decisions are final, and the Hooded Man is unforgiving. The Midnight Garden of Evil by the Prowler. In the midnight garden of evil, a rose blooms. It resides in the center of the garden for all to see. Its beauty is surrounded by death and despair. But it is not as innocent as it seems. Its thorns have drawn blood from the countless doomed souls that have dared to disrupt its growth. It has seen a lifetime's worth of carnage underneath its stem, from murder to self-disposal. The countless lives that have experienced death within the garden have supplied the rose with life from their blood. People say the rose has taken on supernatural powers from the blood of the dead over the years. Others say it has become a holder of souls within its beautiful petals. Some believe the rose is a cause for the evil things that transpire within the garden walls. The one thing everyone does agree on, however, is the beauty of the rose and the hunger to possess its power. Killers, thieves, degenerates, the depraved, and the depressed enter the garden of evil looking to rid themselves of a problem, making their fortune, or to find a way out. The rose's beauty has seen it all: endless murders and burials of the disposed, gravediggers that disturb the garden soil looking for plunder, melancholic endings to people who couldn't continue another moment on this cruel earth. Nothing but death resides around the rose. It knows nothing but sorrow. In each instance, no matter what the situation, no matter what the individual is doing in the garden on that particular night, they all become captivated by the blood-red rose. They drop whatever it is they're doing and reach for it. But as they grab the stem, they begin to feel what all before them have felt, who have touched the rose, a slow, painful death. They feel the life drain from their bodies as they become the newest additions to the garden. All who enter suffer the same fate, for the garden is cursed, and the rose that sits in its center not only brings beauty, but also death.